Be brave and be brave to show up as you are. Hi, my name is László Karafiáth. I'm from Budapest, Hungary, currently living in San Francisco since 2011. I'm a culture designer. That means that I design cultures. I have a background in meme science, soon to be a PhD this year in probably the first global meme PhD scientist you're talking to. And basically, I'm looking at small groups as a group of 15, and organizations are, as big as a few thousand or many, or even groups as big as the outside culture of an organization, meaning the customers, the stakeholders, because the tools that I use basically lets us get into seeing the tipping points of this culture, those points that you can actually change them. And so I advise companies and individuals how to change their cultures for the better. One of the toughest choices I had to make was in the fall of 2000, after the bubble has burst around the internet. At that point, I think I had like 45 people in my company in Budapest, and it was pretty obvious that I need about, and I can pay about 30, which which is a lot. Like there's 15 people. It was right before Christmas, and the choice was pretty clear. You either basically give a notice, like basically like don't come back tomorrow type of notice to 15 of your sort of friends, because my management style was always sort of family, friendly kind of, we are in this together, and let's make it work for everybody. So I was just surfing this terrible ocean, and at that point I thought that maybe I just screwed up, maybe it wasn't the best choice. But looking back, I really think that that was a defining moment in my leadership, because I still don't want to do that. Like I'm consciously navigating into situations where I don't won't end up with choices like this, because I realize that I have other very strong values. Probably my mirror neurons are firing stronger than for most people, and that makes me a bad manager, but makes me a good leader. I started to develop basically a style of leadership that is able to govern in network situations. So and that's how I train my people to be, and that's something that I was able to pull off at my third startup. Is that how do you manage highly creative people who basically like herding cats, right? That's the wonderful English expression for that, and I can tell you that's exactly like that. Like everybody full of their own little memes and their routines and attitudes, but still you see that at the end it can really amount to something really great. So how do you do that? That was something that I started to work with in 2003 when I established Darwin's Marketing Evolution, and that's what I still do. I think it's empowerment, and in many ways, and of course the different side of the same coin is how to deal with empowered people, because organizations many times are just afraid to do that. So I think that was for me the answer to that would be to how to actually lead people to find out and discover that what are their own the best way that they can contribute, and not give them any type of chores that they cannot, or they are mediocre at, and if they were able to dig deeper, then be brave and be brave to show up as you are, which I think that not many companies able to do, and then be able to deal with it once these people who work for you actually start to realize their own true potential. So I think I'm a little bit more of a, if you think about it, more of a sort of like a coach or other than a leader or definitely not a manager in this sense, because I think that what I want to see is the glint in people's eyes. And that's what turns me on, and the difference between a good manager and a good and a bad manager is a little bit what I think the difference is between a good teacher and a bad teacher is that the good teacher would like to hear back their own thoughts from the pupils, and a bad teacher, and the good teacher would actually want to transfer some of the memes, some of the underlying cultural genes, and would love to see new thoughts flourishing in the other individual, because why would I care about my own thoughts? I do have them, and I'm good with them, but I want to see what your thoughts, what are the thoughts that come out of these genes in your mind. Same thing, I think, with management. If you're a team, you really want to make sure that you show up and you bring everything to the table. Whatever just springed up in your mind, regarding the same memes. The company is what I call a meme creature. So the company itself is not just the buildings and the desks and the products and the factories, but it's a meme creature that consists of energies and thoughts. So if you're in a boardroom with your 12 board members, there's a 13th person in the room, and that's the company's meme creature. Sometimes call it the organizations, they call it the brand, they call it different things, but what they think about actually is something that is up there. And in brackets, I would say that this is the same place for us as it was for the Greeks. It was Zeus and Apollon. So this is the same type of thought structure that we now, instead of the Greek gods, we put in companies, in the same way that you can see companies marry, divorce, kill each other, have sex, then kill each other, like all the things that the Greeks gods were doing in the Greeks' minds. They are doing it on the stock exchange and not on Olympus now, but that's the only difference. If you figure out how your company lives as a meme creature in the minds of the people, then you would be able to figure out what are the tipping points in those cultures, and that would show you how you can change the culture. And this is something that we are doing in Hungary. We did most of our work was in the outer culture, into the culture of stakeholders and customers. But we did 3 or 4 very important projects. Projects when a company that was manufacturing brakes. So it's very important, what the quality control if you're manufacturing brakes for high-speed trains to Japan, right? These companies, and this company turned out that the whole quality culture was not in any way close to the German one. No surprise there, because Hungarians are slackers, and they want to find the shortcuts in every situation. But the question was, okay, but how to change it? And in order to do that, we did a very good meme study on the culture of the organization. We were able to tell them what are the tipping points, how you can actually change your culture to make safer trains in Japan with your brakes. What I would suggest is that every meme counts. Outside in the outside culture is true just as in the inside culture with companies. So if there is a meme that starts to spread, and many memes have that potential, then it's very, very hard to stop it. In your own reality, you cannot fight the existing meme structures because you just give them energy. You have to do like a memetic jiu-jitsu with it. And because every meme counts, you really have to take care of your inside organization in a way that you take it into account that yes, every meme counts, and this is I think a way to look at what's happening in the culture, and of course every meme counts from the customers too. That every project that we did for any company, there was a common lesson, is that there is like a mimetic Chinese wall between the inside culture and the outside culture. Sometimes it's smaller, sometimes it's huge. Sometimes you actually, like, people inside the company speak a very, very different language than people outside the company, and that wouldn't work.
Wow.